This was the site of the former Shubenacadie Indian Residential School, constructed here in about 1929. This place up here, it has a really horrible history because of the harm that it did to children here and families as well. Rather than forget that school, I think it's important that we remember.
We had some events here over the years, and many of the survivors that came were wondering, when are we going to have our own commemoration? We first wanted to speak to the survivors and get their ideas and their aspirations of what the commemoration means to them, what they would like to leave behind as their legacy. So we built this project to reflect the vision of the survivors. There are main themes that came out. It needs to be about how resilient and strong our people are, not just about the residential school, but how we came through colonization, through centralization. There's so much history in Nova Scotia.
It's a healing process, right? There should be a safe place for Mi'kmaq to gather with each other, with their children, with their grandchildren, for survivors to come back here and see it as a healing moment rather than sad part of their history.
Needs to honor the ones that have gone on before us, like Nora Bernard, who was instrumental in the class action lawsuit against the government and the churches. How that is a part of Canadian history.
98% of cultural resource management activity relating to Mi'kmaq cultural history is undertaken by non-Indigenous people, right? You see it in education, you see it in museum development, and that's got to change. It's our history, and we have to be responsible for that narrative.
This is the proposed site for the IRS commemoration. Permanent site to be utilized all year for our survivors and our families and for community engagement. The Survivors Advisory Circle chose this site because it meets the criteria that was needed for success in this project. We visited several sites in Shubenacadie. Along this landscape, we had to look at things like the erosion of the river, the sunlight, the way this light shines down on the land. We are here on this lake. It's beautiful. It's a safe place, very calming, with good energy.
You have your 100 series highway just up the street here. It's a major corridor from the city of Halifax through to Truro. Whoever's traveling this highway wants to drop in and pay their respects here at this site, it's going to allow them to do that.
It would be wheelchair accessible. We'll have a parking area where a bus could come in and actually turn around safely. It would be open to everybody, including the non-Indigenous people who come to pay their respects or to learn about the residential school.
Certainly this hill is a landmark feature when you're driving by. Probably the best vantage point to see this school and understand, okay, the history behind it. And it's appropriate that it's here. It has about a 6,000-year history of Mi'kmaq land use. A lot of the historical French-British activity unfolded here.
We'll have interpreter panels about the residential school site behind me, about the Mi'kmaq Nation and Wolastoq Nation and other children who attended the residential school from different places, teaching people the significance of this site.
This part in front of us now is land that was purchased by Shubenacadie. It's for future development for the community.
Whatever development that they choose to do adjacent to this site would always complement that and bring people to this area. A lot of the schools would be able to come to this site. And we can also have ceremony here where we could have a sacred fire. There'll be plenty of room for people to gather here a safe place to provide time for reflection, meditation, and prayer. To remember those survivors who have passed on.
This will be a place of a public art sculpture.
Ursula Johnson, she's a Mi'kmaq speaker and well-known artist across the world. She has been chosen to design the art piece, guided by the Survivors Advisory Circle. The design will represent the culture. We are people of the dawn, so it will capture that light and that spirit of the light. I think the spirit of our ancestors. It's a very important part of this commemoration piece.
A lot of people now who attended this school in its very early days, who are gone, a lot of elders.
It's been several years we've been working on this project, and I think the urgency really shows itself. We will bring people to this site, tell them about who we are, where we come from, and where we're going.
Going to be a landscape that symbolizes the healing journey of survivors and their families. It serves as a sanctuary for the heart, mind, and spirit.
This is a sacred site. I think it's really important, and it's needed in Nova Scotia. We want to tell the world. We want to tell them our stories in our ways, what we've come through, and how resilient and strong our people are. This is a place to start that journey.